Back with more games, folks. So this one is interesting. So I have a flavor like mostly rapid games that we go over, and also like blitz game and bullet games. So doesn't have to be like a lot of rapid, but mostly rapid games that I do like to take my time and explain the moves. So this one is bullet game, but it's still very fun. It has some ideas, of course. So this is actually interesting. My opponent plays a modern, which is really good opening. So I play e4, bishop g7, knight c3, d6, bishop c4. So I tried to get really, when it comes to bullet games, you try to get some kind of like a attacking approach as much as possible. So, we have knight f6, which is fine, knight f3. So here, I usually do this. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best continuation, but this is actually like, sometimes people have to react like sometimes, they may not be able to see e5 on time. You could win a piece, but obviously here there's knight g4. And then I think this is a mistake though. Supposedly here, you do have to take. I so think it's taking here, if not mistaken. It should be taking. Double checking again. Yeah, it has to take here, and something like if I were to take here, it's actually knight fd7. That's how you defend though. So he did not do this. He played something really like this is kind of weird, and that's actually what I mean by EU5. People have to play the right continuation. Here, the knight seems like stuck, right? So I play here, here, and I took here. Then he takes here, and bishop. I think maybe it's supposedly taking maybe not the best. There's actually like maybe bishop g5, right? Bishop g5 is probably better. Like this move is probably better. And then the knight is stuck on h6. It still may go to knight f5 in some lines, but it feels like after like knight c6, like queen e2, white is probably better here in this situation. We are controlling the center. Pretty much. I did not do this. Again, this is fast games, so you play with with your intuition and some experience, like playing fast. So bishop here. I don't understand this move though. Maybe bishop g5. I think bishop g5 is very strong. You gain a tempo, right? Basically here, forcing him to defend. He doesn't have f6 because there's a pin, right? So he cannot play here because the knight will be hanging. One of the drawbacks. One of the major drawbacks. So here he has to move his queen, but move the queen where? I mean, let's say here, there's always like rook a1. So this is like a missed move here. Bishop e3 is not the ideal move. Now he may have knight f5 in some lines. He played here, which is okay. Then I played here, obviously looking for this, but I'm kind of helping him out. Come in, sir. Come to f5. And he came in, right? And then rook e1. So here you have to take one way. If you take with the rook, I saw bishop h6, and that would be like winning an exchange. So I took with a pawn, and I was like telling myself, I was better. Now I'm a lot worse, right? Supposedly this is not really good. He plays here and keeping some pressure on here, but I felt like here I could handle it. And then after d5 here, he's looking at this kind of tempo. I saw that and I was like, maybe e4. I take. Should he take, this is fine. Because, there's like some activity with the bishops here. So if he takes, that's fine for me. And he took, so here, I went here back, and then he took. This is all right, I guess. And then knight f5. So I felt like maybe here, as this position is probably still good for white if I were to get knight e5, putting some pressure against f7. But he's playing here. I think here I made a mistake. Supposedly maybe a4, maybe, so he doesn't like play e4 himself and then knight e5. Not entirely sure if like e4 has to be right now, but it should be because he doesn't have b5. I could always take on c6. So the point of e4 is stopping him from coming to e4 and controlling this diagonal as much as possible. So when I play e4, knight e5 is like the all connected to like f7 attack, right? So you want to like play e4, knight e5 next, maybe here, and find a way against, keep attacking on f7. But I played knight e5 first, and you could, this move is met by knight d6, and here, and you could see that it's e4, potential e4 coming in, and I think he's gonna play it soon. I don't know. This move is okay. He's just basically trying to keep his bishop to this diagonal as much as possible. So e4. And I don't like this move. Like, I don't didn't like the way that when it happened. I was like, I'm going passively because I'm going bishop c2. This is not the diagonal I was looking for. I want to keep the bishop on b3. And here things are going really bad. I mean, I felt like knight c4, so the knight maneuvering for f5 to like all the way to c4. Very good stuff. As a matter of fact, this pawn is completely in a trouble situation. Maybe b3, maybe rook e2. I don't know. It feels really difficult because maybe he's going for that right away, and he went for it right away. I am not sure if bishop takes is a move. It just feels like, let's say if he takes, queen takes. I don't know. I just feel like black is getting better here. So I dropped a pawn. But once I saw a3, I was like, wow. We go back to the same diagonal, right? So I don't think a3 is really the move because I actually wanted to stay here and he allowed me. So I went back and he played here. He's attacking c3 though. So you want to keep an eye on these moves. Queen f3. Again, I'm looking for ways to attack this one. Knight e4. And I think here I misplayed. I went so fast here, so I'm looking for an attacking approach, but I think here this is probably bad. c3 is hanging, and d4 is also weakened. Maybe queen takes. Maybe it's a simple queen takes. He may give b7, but it's d4 is weak, and everything is, it's not really good. He's gonna be up with the pawns. When he took this way, maybe it's just giving me more room to attack on f7. And he played here. It's a little bit passive. Maybe, that's the reason why queen takes would have been better. Like, why would you play queen here and then queen there? You could have played queen takes c3 and then you weaken up like here right away. The point is right now on here. It's fast. You want to trade queens. d4 is hanging with check. It's much better, right? If you were to do this, then obviously this is trouble because he's gaining some momentum, right? This is coming with check. He's attacking the rook. Things are really complicated here. So supposedly here, rook f1, and then he played here, and then I took here. So that's my opportunity. The point of rook e7 though is to keep attacking on f7, and then I got my chance to tick here. So the point here, he took on d4, which is okay, and then here, it's actually black to move. So could you pause the video? Could you show me? I mean, not show me, but could you see which ways should you play for black? Right here, black has to be careful. He's up 2 pawns, right? It looks like he's really technically winning, but the point is how to play it. Like you're dealing with this diagonal over here, right? Which is kind of helping with some kind of ideas. So if you pause the video, you saw a direct way of playing. That's good. If you haven't, that's okay. This is a learning experience. This is also a board game, so you don't have to find the best move in 20 something seconds. So I think the best move here should have been this way, right? Because the point is once queen takes, I don't think it's bishop takes. This is kind of lousy though. He just simply goes here. You want to continue attacking. So you just continue attacking with the queen. So here he's fine after king h8. There's no like issues here. The rook still stays here. And I think after queen takes b7, if I'm not mistaken, this is like a draw. Let's see the computer. Yeah, this feels like it's a draw because now even though he's up a pawn, it's difficult for him to win because this is like an opposite color bishop. There's some concern about the king on h8. So this is, the computer does feel like this is actually easy from here. However, he played some weird move here, and a move that it doesn't make sense. It makes sense for a lot of people if they see it, right? And he played here. Now, pause the video again. We're going to continue pausing the videos throughout. Now, this is the last time you're going to pause the video. So pause the video. What's wrong with king h8? I mean, I saw it. It took me like maybe 2 seconds maybe to see the entire thing. 2 seconds to figure out the pattern and then the moves. Could you figure out a way to win? If you pause the video, you found it, that's great. If you haven't, again, there's always a room to improve and do a lot of puzzle rush or puzzles in general. This king h8 is terrible, and I was kind of shocked by it. I was expecting that he would take on f7 because this is the most logical continuation. After here, he may have to give this pawn. The problem is takes, and then he takes. Pause the video again. Pause the video again. Maybe we should have paused it here, once and for all. But pause it here. Do you have a good move? What do you react? Your queen is under attack on f3. If you move your queen let's say you move your queen here, well, it's rook takes f1. I mean, if anybody's winning, is actually black. And if your queen cannot move here because the knight takes, what do you do? I mean, it should be obvious. If you pause the video and you found the tactic, that's great. The point is, we are not really looking at defending. White is not really interested. But I just want you to see the two moves ahead. Just look for two moves from here. I mean, technically it was more. I mean, from here, you do have to look for the entire sequence. There's here like a tactic. And from here, you should, even though you have like a couple of seconds left in my clock, 20-something seconds, I had to find the entire thing. Because if you mess up here, it's just like black is going to really win the game. Because the queen is under attack, right? I mean, here, your queen is under attack. If you don't know what to do, you just lost. So obviously, the next move is here. You sack. And the point is here. And then obviously he moved here. If you pause the video and you found a good move, now you have between two moves. Don't make the one move that there's one move that it still works. I don't think it still works. It may repeat, but there's one move that seems to be great, right? If you found it, that's great. And that move is here. It's just simply checkmate. And I saw that. The reason I saw that is because I knew my knight is sitting covering all these key squares. And I saw that this is really a strong potential. I saw it as soon as this happened, king h8. Like, I knew this is kind of wrong. I saw that I could take a couple times. But I saw that this rook g8. And this is because of the bishop on b3. And also the knight is, stopping all these key squares. So I was doing a lot bad here. This is like, a way to, to save a game, right? It's saving a game out of nowhere. Like a tactic like this pops in. And it's funny that here, he just have to take. So he's not really winning, right? He's not really winning, but he was winning before. Like here, supposedly, like after rook e7 here, if we just give the computer here, right? Supposedly he might be winning, close to winning maybe, and even winning before. Actually, maybe around here. Maybe he was better here. He was better here, or even if we go back a little bit, he was better here, maybe. c5, maybe just do a little bit of defense, like maybe c5. Here, he was a lot better. So, because I don't have the same ideas against f7, it's too slow, right? So all he's gonna do is like weaken up my pawn, bishop takes, you're not going to rook e7, you're not getting any of these attacks. But here, once we go back here, you just see like my position is getting really, like here I was kind of lost too. I think here there was a lost sequence. Yeah, this is actually where it's lost. And I supposedly here, and then this knight d5. Yeah, this actually looks like it's losing for me. So that's one way to defend, because now the knight block access to the bishop. And then if you trade, then rook takes. Now the issue here, I'm just down 2 pawns. It's simple, like down 2 pawns. And what happens when you down pawns? You just trade, right? So all he's gonna do is trade queens. I could visualize like here he could trade, and then maybe even queen e1, trade more, and then I'm just down like 2 pawns for nothing, pretty much. So all he had to do is just actually do that, right? And he did not. He just went for, king h8. Hopefully you guys learned something about this game. This game could teach you like how to save games, like down 2 pawns, what to do. Obviously in a bold game, things are a little bit of a mess. If you have more time, if black had more time, maybe he could find ways. But maybe if I had more times, I would not drop the pawn. So it's a trade-off. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. More videos to come, and hopefully, and also a lot of a lot of shorts videos. So stay tuned for more videos. We'll see you by the next one, folks.